But how have you seen that development in coming up from high-tech city to if you come towards Gachibowli, Kokapet, Nanakramguda, all these places?
But nobody believed me in those days. So ఎవరు తీసుకొచ్చినా కూడా సైట్కి వచ్చి ఎందుకు కొన్నాం ఇక్కడ ల్యాండ్ అంత నథింగ్ ఈవెన్ వాటర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ దేర్. I used to tell them just wait for 4 years. This area will change. My confidence levels are like that.
So what is your advice to the buyers who are looking to buy apartment?
People prefer because speculative prices are less compared to pre-launch prices.
Correct.
Very tempting.
When you look at the H1B crisis in US, when you look at the number of people from there who are coming back, do you think it's a threat or an opportunity for real estate in Hyderabad?
Particularly Telugu people will prefer Hyderabad only. So people are willing to come back in next 3-4 years. They are showing more interest in the big size apartments and villas also.
Welcome to HYBIZ Conversations. I'm Suresh Kochatal. Today I have with me a gentleman who's been in the real estate sector for over 2 decades now. He's seen it all, starting from a low volume to an extremely high profile today. Naveen Gadde, founder and managing director of Navanaami Projects. Welcome, sir. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, మీ జర్నీ మొదలైంది రియల్ ఎస్టేట్లో కాదు కదా, దానికన్నా ముందు ఏదో చేశారు, తర్వాత ఇంజనీరింగ్కి వెళ్ళారు, కొంచెం అది చెప్తారా సార్ దాని గురించి?
First of all, I started with CAD/CAM business. AutoCAD.
Started with CAD/CAM.
CAD/CAM.
Okay.
So we used to do paper format to computer format. Simple layman language చెప్పాలంటే.
Okay.
We used to convert the drawings into computer format.
Okay.
So those days drawings అన్ని మనకి పేపర్ ఫార్మాట్లో ఉండే బ్లూ ప్రింట్ అట్లా ఉండే.
Correct.
సో విత్ AutoCAD దాంతో చేసేవాళ్ళము. Some reason we ran it for 4 years. After that we closed. Later I entered into, from 2000 onwards I entered into real estate.
Okay.
But started working on the 2005. Started the company in 2005. 2000 I purchased some lands in this area. Like that I entered into real estate. First I did one HMDA layout in 13.5 acres.
Okay.
That is my first project in real estate. Later I started construction and all.
So when you look at your initial days, రియల్ ఎస్టేట్లో చాలా మటుకు ఆ టైంలో వెస్ట్ హైదరాబాద్ వాజ్ జస్ట్ డెవలపింగ్. మీరు 2011 ఉన్నారంటే నథింగ్ మస్ట్ బి హియర్.
No roads, nothing.
Nothing. But how have you seen that development coming up in this part of the city? From high-tech city to if you come towards Gachibowli, Kokapet, Nanakramguda, all these places. Correct. How has the growth been, sir?
So those days actually first time when I bought this land, particularly ఏరియాలో ల్యాండ్ కొన్నప్పుడు very close to Jubilee Hills and very close to high-tech city. So I thought this area will be future growth potential in the area అని చెప్పి పర్చేస్ చేశాను. బట్ nobody believed me in those days actually. సో ఎవరు తీసుకొచ్చినా కూడా సైట్కి వచ్చి ఎందుకు కొన్నాం ఇక్కడ ల్యాండ్ అంత నథింగ్ ఈవెన్ వాటర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ దేర్. పర్టికులర్ టెర్రైన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో రాకీ టెర్రైన్. సో ఈ ఏరియాలో కొన్న నో రోడ్స్ నథింగ్. సో ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. I used to tell them just wait for 4 years. This area will change. My confidence levels are like that.
Okay. When you look at real estate in Hyderabad, there was a time when high-tech city was developed. The Cyber Towers was inaugurated.
Correct.
Bill Clinton came here.
Correct.
Microsoft campus came up. And after that, the city has seen a lot of growth.
Correct.
It was usually called a very affordable city, but possibly today there are apartments which sell for 4 crores and all that.
Correct.
But in terms of real estate, when you look at Hyderabad real estate per se,
Correct.
how has been the growth from bottom up? Because at one time there were apartments which are available for 20, 30, 40 lakhs also, but today you cannot think of it.
Correct.
So do you think Hyderabad has gone to the state where Bangalore is today, or we are even outgrowing Bangalore also? In terms of cost, in terms of luxury, and in terms of infrastructure?
No, still Hyderabad is the real estate wise, price wise very cheap. So compared to any other city,
Okay.
Hyderabad is still cheaper.
Okay.
Only because of the inflation and whatever reasons may be, prices are increased from the even cost of materials and labor. Due to that, and land price also natural growth will be there. So naturally prices will go up every year based on the materials and all. So particularly Hyderabad ki compared to any other city, rentals, even commercial rentals are less compared to any other city.
Okay.
Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, even Gurgaon, Noida, So still Hyderabad is the cheaper. But only thing is Hyderabad is a more space, luxury. We need more big spaces compared to Bangalore. Bangalore apartment sizes are 1200 to 2000 SFT is the maximum size there. They prefer like that. Here in Hyderabad, our apartment starts at the 2000 SFT, particularly this western part of Hyderabad. So that is the luxury side of things. Hyderabad is the number one in the compared to any other city, sizes and all. Yeah.
When you look at your buyer profile,
Yes.
అపార్ట్మెంట్ కొనేటోళ్ళు
Correct.
వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడి నుంచి మీరు చెప్పినట్లు 2000 స్క్వేర్ ఫీట్ నుంచి మొదలవుతున్నప్పుడు వేర్ ఆర్ దీస్ పీపుల్? ఆర్ దే ఫ్రమ్ హైదరాబాద్, దే ఫ్రమ్ అవుట్ సైడ్ హైదరాబాద్, ఆర్ దే NRIs? హూ ఆర్ దే?
NRIs are there, particularly North Indians are there. Lot of migration is happening because of software thing.
ఓకే.
Particularly one North family comes to work here, they start bringing their cousins and like that. One family brings almost 4 or 5 families. So a lot of migration happened last 20 years, 15, 20 years because of software and opportunities in job market.
Since you did your engineering, that too you did it in electronics.
Yes, sir.
Did that anyway help you in terms of when you went into the real estate sector? Did that background in engineering also help you?
Particularly engineering means we are good in mathematics.
Okay.
So analysis, reasoning and also process driven. So in that way it helped in real estate.
In fact, what was your first project, sir?
My first project is HMDA layout.
You were telling me just now.
Just now I mentioned about 13.5 layout. It's 97 plots there. So that is in this area only first and last HMDA layout, approved layouts.
Okay. And what
After
did you
that,
say?
suddenly the market prices have gone up. So
You must have sold it at very, very,
low
very
prices, definitely low price. Today, much, I think more than 50 times it
appreciation.
appreciation. So whoever bought the plots from me,
Okay.
those days, they are all millionaires today.
When you want to describe Navanaami Projects in one word, what is your philosophy? When you talk about your group, because every group has their own philosophy.
First, integrity is the first thing, and next is the quality, and next is the delivery, thoughtful design.
Okay.
Whatever we do, something uniqueness should be there in the project, each project.
Because today when you say real estate, quite often the image, of course, there is RERA today, there's a lot of restriction. Some cases even went to the Supreme Court, especially in Delhi and those areas. Supreme Court had to intervene and get those projects to some other company.
Company and BCC is constructing this.
That's correct. So when you talk of real estate today, the first thing that buyers always have a doubt is about the confidence of the builder.
Correct, sir.
The big names, it's easy, and for a name like yours also.
Correct.
Do you think today's lot of new projects which are coming in, and lot of real estate biggies have told me the problem is all about speculation.
Speculation, yes.
Especially projects which are not got approval also.
Correct.
People are trying to sell it.
Pre-sale.
So what is your advice to the buyers who are looking to buy apartments, plots, or even gated community? What is your advice to such people, sir?
Better to buy always approved layouts only. Approved layouts or approved building permissions only.
Okay.
With whatever RERA and all. Not to buy speculative things. People prefer because speculative prices are less compared to pre-launch prices.
Correct.
Very tempting, but better not to go for all those things. Actually.
When you talk of luxury today everybody talks of luxurious living. Even when you see the brochures or when you see the
Everybody
website,
says
when you see them, they all talk of luxury.
Yes.
Now, of course, that immediately cuts out the middle class from it.
Correct.
You rightly said Bombay, when you compare to Mumbai or Delhi, Hyderabad is still cheaper.
Yes.
But do you think we are now moving out of the city also? Because today we are in a plateau, unlike Mumbai, which is an island,
Correct.
which has got mountains on one side and ocean on the other.
Correct.
And they had to go this way, vertical. But in Hyderabad today, even today, has that opportunity to go flat out towards outer parts of the city. Are you seeing any such movements?
No, flat out we can go any day, sir. But I recommend vertical development is always better.
Okay.
But for a vertical development, we need to have a good infrastructure. Because if in one area we are constructing 100 flats, means 100 families, almost 400, 500 people will live there. So if one area, suppose if you do villas or some layouts, very less density will be there. So better if we have infrastructure, better. Particularly India, we have a lot of large populated country. I recommend all states also go vertically with better infrastructure, so that people can afford houses comfortably.
Infrastructure is the main problem. Whenever I speak to any real estate major, and for this particular coffee table book, also we have done some interviews. And they all say the problem is going to be when you build vertical 60, 40, 60 floors and all that. The first question that comes to mind is water.
Water, yes.
The second is sewerage.
Sewerage.
Third is the roads around the apartment, and also within the city in terms of traffic.
Correct.
Today, to get from, say, Mindspace to come to this part of the city, it takes you minimum 45 minutes.
5 minutes, yes.
For me to travel from Jubilee Hills to Alwar takes me 2 hours.
2 hours, correct.
So it is not that it is only West Hyderabad. The traffic towards every part of the city is happening. So we have taken water from Krishna, we have taken water from Godavari. We used to call Manjira, but I don't think Manjira we are using much now.
Correct.
Usman Sagar and Himayat Sagar once in a while.
Correct.
But Hyderabad's weight is growing today, 1 crore plus population.
Correct.
And maybe in another 5 years that will grow to 1.5. Where are these, what is your worry in terms of these kind of basic facilities like water and sewerage?
Water and sewerage, as of now, water is fine for Hyderabad as far as, because of the pipeline from the Krishna and Godavari and Manjira. I think next 20 years, water is not a problem. Only thing challenge is public transportation, particularly metros and intercity buses and all. Once we improve the public transport, I think we are good for the future. We are ready for the future.
Now, when you say ready for the future, from a real estate perspective, metro cannot go everywhere.
Correct.
I mean, Hyderabad, we have this attitude, even if I have a metro, it should stop in front of my house, only then I will get it.
Correct.
And Mumbai, it will walk 2 kilometers,
Correct,
1 kilometer. You will take a taxi, you will then take a train, which is very crowded.
Correct.
Get down again, take a cab or a train, or sorry, bus and travel. But in Hyderabad, a lot of people use their personal transport.
Personal transport. Yes.
Some houses have two. Today, Hyderabad's population is 1 crore. Number of vehicles is close to 1 crore.
1 crore, yes.
So that means every person has a vehicle.
Vehicle, yes.
So do you think in terms of using public transport, the building community, the builders community also should get together and say, okay, can we create a system? Because the government cannot be doing everything.
Correct.
Okay, as you rightly said, even buses, today people share buses.
Correct.
There are city flows and buses like that. Do you think the infrastructure companies can get together and say, fine, we will run our own stuff.
Correct.
And this is the way we do. You have any model in mind, sir?
Right. So right now we are one building we are constructed here in Hyderabad.
Yes, sir.
Commercial building in Nanakramguda. From there we are thinking of putting some electrical buses to last mile connectivity to the metro rather, so that our employees can go comfortably. They can drop, they can pick up at any time. So that, as you rightly said, government cannot do 100% all the things.
Correct.
So builders like us, we plan our own transport like last mile to the metro station.
The last mile connectivity is very important.
Very important. So that's we are working on that model, sir, now.
When you look at project, real estate project, there are two aspects. One is, of course, the residential part of it. And then there's the commercial part.
Commercial, yes.
In terms of residential part, at one time, Secunderabad was purely residential. Maratpalli,
Yes.
Tramalgiri, and all those areas, Vikrampuri, were all kind of residential areas. Now, people go up to Hayat Nagar and beyond that also. Dilshuk Nagar, Hayat Nagar, beyond that. Other side, Shamirpet.
Shamirpet, yes.
Okay, this side also the people go towards Moinabad and all that.
Yes.
Do you think the city is got enough residential apartments in core areas, or do you think something like West Hyderabad has become more commercial? Which is a better option when you look at it as a real estate builder? Is it a commercial or is it a residential?
Both are, as long as commercial real estate is flourishes, then only residential real estate also flourishes.
Okay.
So once we demand for the commercial real estate goes up, automatically residential property demand will also go up. So particularly, as you write, these other areas also, like West Hyderabad is more commercial. Like clusters we should develop in the Secunderabad area and other areas also, like Dilshuk Nagar, Vanathalpuram, all those areas also. Some commercial East Hyderabad, particularly Katkechar and all those things.
So when you look at two cities that you are operating in, you have projects in Bangalore, you have projects in Hyderabad. Now it's like asking a mother which of the two children is best. It's very difficult. But each city has its own challenges, own opportunities.
Correct.
Do you think, when you say Bangalore, what are the positives of Bangalore and what are the negatives that you look at?
Particularly positives are, they are mostly small size apartments. Only employee driven buyers are mostly software people. Native side is permissions, they take a lot of time compared to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is in approaching the particularly authorities, will get permissions very quickly here compared to Bangalore. So Bangalore.
And traffic in Bangalore is terrible.
Traffic is very worse than Hyderabad is much better than the Bangalore any day.
So when you look at Hyderabad's positive, because people always say, as I said before, at the start of this interview, that we had an affordable tag.
Correct.
Hyderabad is a middle class town. Now that we have grown beyond it, we have grown to numbers like 3 crores, 4 crores. People talk in that sense. But when you look at today's employment scenario, when you look at the H-1B crisis in US,
Okay.
when you look at the number of people from there who are coming back,
Okay.
do you think it's a threat or an opportunity for real estate in Hyderabad?
It's an opportunity for Hyderabad real estate, definitely, because a lot of youngsters are moving back to their own places, native places, like Hyderabad. Particularly, Telugu people will prefer Hyderabad only because their parents are maybe close to the working or whatever reasons maybe. Because of H1 issues and because they don't get green cards and all, anyhow, they're not getting citizenships. So people are willing to come back in next 3-4 years. So those people are buying now, as of now, they're showing more interest in the big say apartments and villas also particularly.
Do you think when you invest, when you typically see an investment pattern in Hyderabad, is it for speculative investment, or is it for staying?
The speculative investment will not be there, but investment and staying is also more. Because of that.
Which one is it? And people would like to invest and see an appreciation in value, or do you think they buy and they stay?
Percentage-wise, 20% will be always there in the speculative investment or investment.
Okay.
So 80%
80% is there.
Still there.
Now, when they buy an apartment today, of course, when you are charging 2 crores, 3 crores, the kind of amenities they look for, a clubhouse, a gym, a swimming pool, and all these are taken for granted.
Correct.
Now, do you think today's youngsters, especially when you're talking smaller families, is that all they ask for, or is that something more they're demanding today?
Demanding, particularly they are all asked for, but people don't use, particularly swimming pool and all, nobody uses.
Correct.
Nobody uses, but people will ask for it. If you don't put the swimming pool, if the swimming pool is not there, this community is bad. So we'll put, because of them only we'll put, but nobody uses. Otherwise, gyms and nowadays health conscious has also gone up. So people are using gyms and all, particularly shuttle courts,
Yes, sir.
sports and all. So, but people preferring nowadays community living.
So when you look at when you talk of supply chain, today everybody talks of supply chain in manufacturing and other sectors. Even construction sectors must be having a strong supply chain that is there.
Yeah.
And the contractor relationships that you have. According to you, how is that industry? Has it become very professional?
Yes, definitely 100%, because nowadays our government is also forcing us to follow the PF regulations and all.
Okay.
So we are also insisting that all contractors who have that license and all, and timely payment also helps us the long-term relationship with the contractors and all. So
What about the cost discipline, sir? Because that is something which is very, very crucial for a real estate project. You need to have a very good control on your cost. Otherwise, things can go shooting. We have seen specific number of projects where people have gone bankrupt across the country, trying to do too many things. According to you, what is the kind of discipline one should maintain there?
On day one only, we should have clarity on our BOQ, bill of quantities and all, so that material can be procured in different sources, so that we can negotiate with them. We can lock the prices for the next 2 years or 3 years also, so that the cost escalation will not be there in that project.
So when you evaluate a land, when you're going and buying a land, like you bought this, you talked about the HMDA land that you bought, which is kind of a jackpot for many people that they got. Now, when you look at land for acquisition, what factors do you look at mainly?
First is I look for the location. The second one is the approachability. Infrastructure, public infrastructure or amenities are there supporting infrastructure, particularly shopping malls, hospitals, schools. Those are the prime objective to select the land.
How big is your Navanaami team, sir?
Team, we are almost 350 people, sir. We are working with the 350.
And what kind of, because when you look at the IT sector and when you look at the civil engineering sector, that sector has a lot of more demand, pull and all that. How difficult is it to get good quality people and keep them working in the organization? What kind of leadership models have you developed?
Particularly civil, last 20 years, because of IT demand, everybody shifted to IT.
Yes, sir.
So now people are coming back to their roots now. So mechanical engineers working on mechanical and civil people are working in civil. So a lot of demand is there, but still opportunities are there. Good available pool front is also there. Good pool of people are also there available.
Do you think people today are willing to wait if there is an issue? Do you think otherwise they'll say we have taken EMIs, we have to pay the EMIs.
Okay.
When will the position come in?
Luckily that we sold at very less price, so that appreciation got up for them.
Yes, sir.
So
Now, when you look at real estate sector per se, when you compare with manufacturing sector, which sector has a return on investment, which is the better one, sir?
I'd say equally both are same. Manufacturing is also a good opportunity as long as you select your good product. Real estate is also a continuous process. Real estate is a never ending because of our population, particularly in India. We need a lot of houses, particularly
Correct.
our population. So next 20, 30 years, India is growing, economy is growing like rapidly. So Indian housing real estate will be the booming for next 20 years.
You started with CAD/CAM.
Yes.
And you've seen how the architecture part of it has changed. Right behind you is a beautiful structure that is there.
Yeah.
Now, in the old days, these are all not there.
Not
You
correct.
could just show one model, or you construct one site, you construct one model flat apartment, and people will come and see that.
Correct.
But today, in terms of architecture, in terms of the grandeur of the building, the look of the building, people should look and say, wow, this looks beautiful.
Correct.
How much role has architecture played in today's, when you market a product, how easy or difficult architecture comes into it?
Architecture is definitely captain of the project, sir. He is the first pioneer in the project. After that, we need a lot of consultant. Other than architecture, we need a structural consultant and MEP services, particularly landscape. Nowadays, people are preferring landscape also. And any facade consultants are there, lighting consultants are there. Because of the evolution, because of the coordination with all these people, the products are coming out very well. So because of that, we are doing that Megaleio also.
Okay.
We hired all international consultants for that project, domestic and international consultants.
Do you think when you construct a project, one of the things that today we have green building norms and all that kind of stuff. Today use natural light than artificial light. Then you recycle water. I've seen some big apartment projects here in the city which recycle water, especially for landscaping and other things.
And toilets.
Do you think people understand that, there is a limit to water? You did say that Hyderabad is enough water for 20 years, but you never know. The water tables are consistently falling. Do you think today's young generation, they are very conscious about this fact, sir?
Definitely, the people are looking for all these environmental sustainability projects. We are also producing solar power.
Okay.
Like rainwater harvesting pits also we are doing, so conserving the rainwater and reusing this treatment water, sewerage treatment water, so that we can use it for landscaping or this toilets and also.
So when you talk about success, 20 years in this industry, what is your definition of success? Is it making more apartments? Is it making more money? Is it having a satisfied customer, or is it something beyond that?
Definitely satisfied customer and more opportunity, giving more employment. We should generate more employment to the number of people. That is my success, according to me, not money.
Now, when you talk of today's buyers, and you really said that they have come from across the country. In Mumbai, the apartment size is small. In Bangalore, it is 2,000. But when the moment they come to Hyderabad, they say, oh, it's only so much.
Yes.
In Mumbai, you can't even get that in Thane. And that is the logic they have. What is it that keeps Hyderabad going? Is it the culture here? Is it the food? Is it something else? Because this city was built by immigrants. It was not built by anybody.
Because Hyderabad is the safest city, and infrastructure is the even better city compared to all metros, compared to any other metro. And
so when you look at specifics, I'm just again talking in terms of constraints, designing, presenting, and selling. When you're trying to market a project like the one behind you right now, how do you go about doing it, sir?
Presenting, marketing, because we have to, particularly from Navanaami side, whatever luxury means, we tell our people that luxury means light and height. Particularly light, natural light should come. Functionality is the first preference. So that's how we promote luxury, not as a what you call amenities and all those.
Because today they have so much of choices.
Correct.
There are so many apartments. So when they come what kind of things are people looking for? And why should they buy your projects and not buy from another project? What is the USP of that?
ESP, that's what I told you, sir. Natural light at night. Daytime, we should not use the power light.
Okay.
That is my main motto. Whenever I tell my team to first design cross ventilation, if you open your window, fresh air.
You don't need AC always.
No need air conditioning. Particularly 8 months, you should not use the AC. Only 3-4 months summertime, you should use AC.
We are lucky. In Secunderabad side, we still have a lot of Army and Air Force areas which enable us to do that.
Correct.
But as we close this discussion, sir, one thing that strikes me is, suppose you are not in real estate. You started with CAD/CAM and had you stuck to that, you did your engineering and possibly electronics, you could have got into some manufacturing sector where you would have started a company.
Correct.
If given a chance today, saying, okay, let us rewind back,
Okay.
would you do it differently? Would you take a different career?
Definitely. I prefer manufacturing, sir.
Okay, because a lot of your friends who studied with you today must be doing different things.
Different things, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Particularly my friends, most of them are gone to IT only. Like most of them are gone to, because those days H1B is easier.
Okay, correct.
People to migrate. All civil, mechanical, electronics, all people went to computer side on. Most of them. 10% of the people are still they are doing their own thing.
One of the main complaints that the real estate sector in Hyderabad has that we built an ORR, 167 kilometers, beautifully done.
Correct.
The question was only in terms of the radial roads that were supposed to feed the traffic and exit the traffic. Those radial roads didn't get developed.
Correct. Yes.
Do you think the real estate sector in Hyderabad should tell the government, okay, they're building a future city, they're doing all that, but that radial roads, which are supposed to be a part of, now they're talking about building a regional road.
Regional ring road, yes.
Ring road. But in terms of feeding traffic and the exiting of traffic, that is still an issue in many parts. A lot of real estate, big companies, CMDs of those companies have told me the same story.
Same
that,
story, yes.
if the radial roads had come as envisaged originally,
Correct.
that would have been a different story.
Still working, sir. I think mostly radial roads will come, but it will take some time. But only land acquisition is a challenge because of nowadays the TDR government is asking TDRs also.
Yeah.
They are creating value to the TDR. So I think now people will prefer voluntarily to give the land to the radial roads and whatever this thing. But land acquisition will be easier now.
Do you think beyond Outer Ring Road, today we are talking of 3 municipal corporations. Okay, there is GHMC, which has now got 150 wards. There is Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, and then there is Malkajgiri Municipal Corporation. Those are 76 and 74 wards. Do you think this splitting of this municipal corporation into 3 is a good idea, or do you think we should have had the original Hyderabad GHMC with
better to have decentralized is always better. Operational always better.
Better, okay.
So that getting the approvals also, getting their monitoring also easy for them.
People. So do you think the surrounding municipalities where you would be kind of getting into, today you're talking of, say, Shamirpet or this side also towards Moinabad and all that. Do you think the infrastructure there needs to catch up for people to move in there also, sir?
Definitely. There is a scope for improvement. I think government is also trying to improve that infrastructure.
So as we close the conversation, is there something that you would tell a prospective buyer when they are going, not from your company's perspective? Generally, when a buyer is going, when a husband and wife is going and looking at an apartment or a gated community or whatever it is, what is the advice that you would give them, sir?
First, let them clarity on the land side, legal side, and location. Next is their price tag. That's all. 3 things I can give them, and almost quality anyhow. That quality aspect they should check and take that.
And in terms of how the financing models have evolved over a period of time, getting a loan at that point in time was very tough. But today, most of the banks associate themselves with the project. They evaluate it. There are loans ready for asking as long as you're eligible. Do you think that part of it also has changed, sir?
No, not required. As of now, banks are supporting very well for the projects. Even project funding also they are giving.
Oh, great.
Because of that only we are surviving. When the market up and downs are there, so...
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Naveen Gadde. Thank you very much for speaking to us, HYBIZ.
Thank you
very much
for giving the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for
very
your
much.
time.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Naveen Gadde, Chairman and Managing Director, Navanaami Projects. That is the name that comes to the mind. And here we had with us today, Shri Naveen Gadde, speaking to us in terms of the quality of the projects that he has done, the challenges he faced, and how his company has grown over the last 2 decades. An engineer by profession, of course, he today is into real estate big time. He has seen a lot of things done along the way, and his projects are today primed up for the occasion. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.